Remember the Rumble, WWE told us. Remember it. I mean, I'm not sure that anybody forgot about it, but if you did, at least you had a specific statement to remind you about it. But it's now in the books and we're officially on the road to WrestleMania, and if what we just saw is any indication to go by, I think it'll be an alright road. A comfy road, a road you can just get on, drive on for a few hours and go, yeah, not too bad. I'm Simon from WhatCulture and this is Ups and Downs for the Raw Rumble, where we give the Rumble some love and we give the Rumble some hate. So let's get to upping some downing. I liked the Rumble and enjoyed it for what it was overall, so I'm going to give it an up. But with that said, I would argue that maybe it wasn't as good as I was hoping for. There was a serious lack of surprises, it dragged a bit in the middle, and Randy Orton being the eventual winner wasn't the most invigorating of winners. But the thing is, with the Royal Rumble, there are specific moments which means that it is good, even if when you take a step back and look at it as a whole, you can go, it could have been better. Of course, on the flip side to that, there's the other feeling of apathy, where you look at everything and go, that was it? I was expecting more. I was hoping for more. So in that sense, it gets a down, but that's the beauty of the Royal Rumble. It's probably the only thing in the WWE that can be both an up and a down, which is just strange. Of course, the worst part of all of it was Roman Reigns being number 30. It made no sense, we didn't need to see it, and to be honest with you, it was a bit stupid and it was a bit dumb. You knew how the fans were going to react, you knew the fans were going to be mad, but you did it anyway, and I understand why. I get it, because you want to set up the program with Undertaker for Mania, but I think there were better ways than doing this. So that gets it down. The other problem is thusly. I know pro wrestling is scripted, but I'm either meant to believe that Roman Reigns was so unconfident that he wouldn't beat Kevin Owens in his title match, that he made sure he had a shot at the Rumble all secured up, or after the fact, he just walked into someone's office and said, I'd like a shot, and they went, yeah, Roman. Whatever you want. His back and forth segment with Taker was good, and to be honest with you, I'm alright with seeing them go at it at WrestleMania 33, but he shouldn't have been the guy to throw Taker over the top rope, and he definitely shouldn't have been number 30. I was sat there going, wow, who's going to be number 30? I thought I had all the wrestlers in my head, I thought I'd crossed them all off, and I heard Roman Reigns' music, and I was like, oh man. It's getting a bit silly now, and straight up, Roman Reigns shouldn't have been in this year's Royal Rumble, unless it's the start of a heel turn, which of course it's not, because that never happens, shouldn't have happened, it was bad, it was down. And up, however, was the booking of Goldberg and Lesnar, and, stepping out the world of pro wrestling for a moment, all the credit in the world to Lesnar, because that man just gets it. He knows that losing against Bill Goldberg at the Survivor Series and then getting owned again at the Rumble will just make his win at WrestleMania 33 even bigger. He's looking at the giant picture as opposed to the day-to-day, and that means dollar signs, and that means Brock Lesnar, between you and I, is just awesome. I am absolutely pumped to see them face off again after all of that, and we got to see a mini face-off between Goldberg and The Undertaker. It was like nostalgic dreams being fired out of a gun into your face, and your face just accepting it with pure happiness. And we saw a spear on the dead man, and The Undertaker eliminated Bill Goldberg. So all of that, when you look at the Rumble, made it a massive up, because it was an up. Jack Gallagher also gets his very own up for being incredibly entertaining with an umbrella. It's moments like that which make the Royal Rumble feel special. He did a great job. 2 thumbs up. As does Braun Strowman. He gets an up because I don't care. I love it when a big dude marches down into the Rumble and just eliminates everybody. And if there's one thing that Braun can do well, it's be dominant. And here, he was super dominant, and it was just really fun to watch. It was great. And the Big Show stuff was great. And the James Ellsworth stuff was great. It tied in all these angles from the past and made the Rumble feel like it meant something. And then I was genuinely surprised when he was eliminated by Baron Corbin. So they'd taken me on this roller coaster of emotions that never stopped. And also, that has got to mean that Corbin is in for a mega push now. That was no accident. Also, if you re-watch Braun's Rumble entrance, it looks like he has 2 peg legs, which was strange, but he's still getting an up. Did anyone else feel like the Braun-Sami encounter just didn't work though? Crowd didn't seem to care. Commentators weren't really pushing the fact they'd been involved with all those matches in the past. Felt wasted. I did enjoy the idea and the execution, but everything around that and everybody around it just didn't feel enthused. So that gets a down, although I did think Sami had a good Royal Rumble. Ty Dillinger, coming in at number 10, gets an easy up too. There were questions beforehand about whether WWE would actually pull the trigger with this, and sometimes you think, well, it's too obvious, so it won't happen, but it was the right call. Crowd loved it, was a nice Rumble moment, great stuff. This is the most pedantic down ever, But if Big E is your guy in the New Day that does all the mic stuff for the entrance, why didn't he come out first? Kofi Kingston was the first member of the New Day in the Rumble. He had no microphone stuff. And then Big E then kind of reintroduced the team, and there was no point. He could have been the first one out, and Kofi could have come second. It doesn't matter. It makes no sense really why I'm upset about it, but I am, so like I said, it gets a down. A pedantic down. Biggest up ever for Randy Orton as well, for his dad run as he came to the ring. He was moving faster, and yet somehow wasn't actually moving any faster. Okay, right, straight up, I enjoyed the Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens match, so that's getting an up too. Jericho kind of drifted off into the background until necessary, and that was when he threw the brass knucks to Kevin Owens, and the two just kicked the shit out of each other and brutalized each other with weapons. That frog splash through a table looked like it actually killed Roman Reigns, maybe it did, and then when Owens fell through all those chairs, good grief, that was mad. I think it's also fair to say that those clotheslines that Reigns were giving Owens early on looked like they were going to take his head off. And that added to the match. It made it feel more exciting, which is great back and forth action. And I loved that stunner too, Kevin Owens. I loved that stunner. And then that ending genuinely surprised me. I mean, who called Strowman coming out and costing Roman Reigns the match? And what does it mean? Does it mean we're getting a three-way at Mania between Roman, Undertaker and Strowman? Is it just Reigns versus Strowman at Fastlane? I don't know. I have questions, and as long as they get answered, then that's fine with me. It did all make sense though. Reigns speared the crap out of Strowman a few weeks ago, so he wanted his revenge. Fair enough, Braun. Fair enough. I tell you a by-the-by down though, Owens threw Reigns' head into a chair, and that couldn't beat him. And then Owens punched him in the face with brass knucks, and that didn't beat him. Why introduce all this stuff if it's not going to make a difference anyway? Also, we gotta stop cutting to the crowd, man. We've got to stop cutting to the crowd. I don't care that some bearded guy enjoyed the fact that Roman Reigns just Superman punched someone. I don't care. Finally, yes, the finish did kind of make Owens feel like an afterthought, but he's still champion, and I never thought he would still be champion, so I'll take it. That KFC advert, I'm not even going to say anything else about it, but just take a step back and think what you saw with Enzo and Cass. Down. We had a list feature in the middle of the Royal Rumble. Think of that. A live event, and then halfway through, they just had a list feature. And you know what? I love list features, so that gets an up. A list feature in the Royal Rumble. Just there. Here's some facts. Amazing. Also, I just absolutely love Neville. He is such a good heel, and the man just gets it. Didn't win with a flippy move, didn't win with anything spectacular. He won and beat Rich Swann with a submission hold, and he looked damn pissed off doing it, and that is an up. The man himself could genuinely get the Cruiserweight division going, and the match was good fun all round. Now is the time to take a step back and make the Cruiserweight division feel more like the Cruiserweight division, but everything is in place. Just get a few more stars in there, wait till Austin Aries is healed and push him in there as well. Let Neville lead the whole thing. The potential is there, but the potential has to be realised. Right, couple of downs. Down number one, AJ Styles came out first. AJ Styles is the champion, so he should always come out second. And that's that. Another down. David Otunga talking about how John Cena's shoulder vein is a sign that he's about to kick ass was ridiculous. Don't talk nonsense. However, I thought it was an awesome feeling that here AJ Styles was a year on from his debut in the WWE, and he's in a championship match with John Cena. What a story, what a journey, what an adventure. AJ Styles, you deserve it. A massive up. As was the match itself. I'm not sure it was as good as their SummerSlam encounter, but they literally did all the moves. AJ Styles knows and did all the moves, and then John Cena watched him and went, hey, if you're going to do all the moves, I'm going to do all the moves too. And it was fantastic. Also, some of those near falls. I'm the first to say that WWE does them too much and they need to back off over the next few months, but they all got me. I bought in and I was on the edge of my seat wondering who was going to win. I can't argue against that, because that means I believed. And pro wrestling, it's all about believing. That kick out of the top rope AA as well. Bravo, gentlemen. Bravo, you completely had me, and John Cena's what the hell have I got to do now face for once wasn't cheesy and looked real. That was awesome. The ending was good too. Cena had to absolutely pummel AJ to keep him down, and now he's a 16-time world champion. Although WWE didn't really play that fact up, but still, big match John is back. Charlotte versus Bayley was solid. It was a good opening match. Charlotte's kept her pay-per-view streak alive, and hopefully this all leads to Bayley winning the title at WrestleMania 33. Fine. up. I wasn't a massive fan of the finish though. The natural selection on the apron didn't really look as good as I think everybody was hoping, but you gotta try these things, so kudos for trying that thing. But don't do it again. And that was the Royal Rumble, and of course it had its ups and it had its downs, but to be honest with you, I thought it flew by even though it went on for about 72 years. I'm excited to see where they go now, I'm excited for Fastlane, I'm excited for the Elimination Chamber, and of course, I'm excited for WrestleMania 33. And I'm not saying there aren't holes we can pick in this, and Reigns at 30, kill me now, but overall, well done WWE. Thought you did great. Now don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you think about all of this, and then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can even come follow me on Twitter at SimonMiller316. I'm Simon from WhatCulture, and maybe next year, I'll be number 30 in the Rumble. Or maybe you'll be number 30 in the Rumble. But what we do know is you'll be more popular than Roman Reigns.